building confidence with tight spots. I've got a laneway which is about as wide as you would have the shafts, about 80 centimeters wide. I'm asking the horse just to walk through forwards. And I bring her right around in a loop, or I can ask her hind end to go away, her shoulders to come over so we can turn around and go back. Ask her hind end to go away, bring her shoulder around so we can go back. Just notice I'm doing this on a loose rope. You need to be able to do this with the horse understanding what you want. Then we're going to back into that space. It's still an open laneway, but we're going to line the horse up so it can back into that space. You can see she's come over a little bit far, so she needs to understand a cue to go sideways back to the entrance way. And this has taken a long time to teach so that she has a bit of fluency doing it. So we practiced a lot with barrels and gates and rails on the ground. Now I'm asking her to back, and I'm just giving her a little cue to push her hind end over a little bit. If I pull her head toward me and put my hand on her side, it'll make her hips move toward the building a little bit. Whoops! And she ran into the barrel there, and she ran into it and she didn't burst out forward. That's what I'm looking for, that she can actually touch something with her side or her hind end and she's not going to worry about it. She'll just correct herself. See, she's having a really good look there about what's happening. See where she is, where her escape might be, and meanwhile I'm asking her to come forward, and she finally notices and comes forward. She gets a click and a treat for that. So we line up again. The lining up is really the most important part of all this, and it can take weeks and weeks. If you rush it, the horse will get worried. It's one of those things you simply can't rush. So there she went in much more smoothly the second time. Not nearly so many click and treat stops. Ask her to come forward again. Now you'll notice we've put a barrel to close off the laneway, and the first thing I always do is take the horse in forward so it can see what that is. You don't want to ask it to back into something that doesn't know what's there. So she understands that that's the yellow barrel there. So I've taken her back out, backed her up with one of the many ways she knows how to back up. Now I'm just going to bring her into position here. I'm going to ask her hind end to go around a little bit more, and I'm holding her at the front so she doesn't want to go forward. And because she went nicely in there, she got a click and a treat. You only want one good step. If you get one good step, you can get a second good step. If you never get that first good step, you'll never get the second one. So I'm just asking her to back a couple more before a click and a treat. Then I thought, well, let's see if you can actually touch the barrel. See there, her tail is definitely touching the barrel. Click and treat for that. And we're doing a triple treat there because she was so good. Now I left her standing in there because she felt quite happy, and I went away to turn off the camera and to rearrange things and to bring that blue rail, which is a steel rail, and I brought that to mimic the shafts of the cart a little bit more. She stayed there the whole time. Now she's smiling, and I'm asking her to come forward. Okay, now we've lined up and we're asking her to go over. Now she can't see that shaft as well as she can see a barrel, so she's pretty much reliant on me telling her how to keep straight. So pull her head a little bit towards me so that swings her butt toward the building a little bit, and just asking her to, yes, there, she went over a little bit. Click and treat. The horse is basically going on trust there. Remember, they've got a blind spot right behind them. Now I'm picking up this rail thing which simulates the shafts. I'm just getting her used to me bending down and picking something up. All I want her to do is stay absolutely still. So as long as she's not moving, I'm happy. Now I'm picking it up. Thought I'd put it down. Well, no, let's just see how she is. And I'm actually rubbing her side with it there. She hasn't moved a muscle, so that's absolutely what I'm after. Click and a treat for that. Now I took her away. We never stay too long. Took her away, and brought her back to line her up again. Remember, the lining up is the hardest part and might take you longer than everything else. As long as the horse is calm and trying to understand what you're doing, you're okay. She was a bit unsettled there. I've got no fence on the other side, which made it a bit trickier. Then she got herself into the position, so I gave her a click and a treat. And then I'm asking her just to go back a little bit more. That's pretty nice. It's going pretty straight. Click and treat. Walking backwards straight is not necessarily something your horse can do without lots of training. Sorry about my butt there, but I want to pick it up more from the side where I'll be when I'm actually picking it up from the cart. So that was fine. She didn't mind me being in a different position. Remember, every time I change position, I'm changing parameters. Just put the rope over her neck. I can grab it if need be, and I lift it up and play with it a little bit, put it back down, click and treat. That's all I want. I want her to stay absolutely still while all that is going on. I'm not asking for anything more or less than that. And then we're going to go forward away from there.